Mitrom and Bandhuvam, Vanakkam Swagatam to your Intellectual Chatriya's Education channel, South Asia Maps. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy. There are certain simple things we can use to communicate certain ideas. It's called iconographic form of representation. Humans understand the things a lot easier if icons are used or images are used or pictures are used. What are we are talking about today? We are talking about population explosion, part 13. How can we connect the number 8, number 80, number 8,000? Connect these points. Human population, very interesting points we can connect, and after this presentation you will get a very different perspective of these interesting connections, and you can articulate these things very casually in your conversation. What is the population of the planet Earth, how many people are born every year, and so on, just casually without even paying much attention. And that is South Asia Maps J. Reddy, our education channel, and there are more than 330 presentations I have already made. You can go and look them for further details. And this is our population series, you are aware. Today this is the part 13, 8,000 human population. Interesting point, or a sort of brain teaser or something like that. So I have already uploaded the previous ones, and I will try to do the rest of these presentations soon. So excuse me, Mitron Bandhuvam, for my allergies. This is the planet Earth, the only livable planet on the entire universe. And this has 150,000 square kilometers land, among which we have arable land and all the resources, minerals, metals, fossil fuels. Assuming the sphere is 0. So what we have done is put this one top of the other, you get 8. So that is 8. That is 8. That sphere itself, the Bhumata, Bhudevi, the consort of Lord Sri Vishnu, becomes a sphere. Assume like a 0. You have 8 here, you have 80 here, you have 8,000 here. That is the point we are discussing. What are we are talking about? So, there were 8 million people. Again, this is an estimation. Nobody counted at that time. 8,000 BC. So, this is AD, right? Is counted in the European calendar. Supposed to be the birth of Jesus Christ. That's not the actual thing, but we can state that. 1 AD. 8,000 years before Christ, 2,000 years after Christ. 2022, make it 2000. 10,000 years. That means the agriculture, horticulture invention occurred around about 8,000 BC. That's the 8,000 we are talking about. Other 8,000 we are talking about, there are 8,000 million people on the planet Earth today. 8,000 million become 8 billion. I have put 4 here, 4 here. This is the ecological overshoot or population overshoot. You can see that, the population overshoot. That is also we can count as 8. We counted 8. That means there used to be 8 million people on the planet Earth at the time agriculture, horticulture was invented. And we counted 8,000. Now, instead of 8 million people, there are 8,000 million people on the planet Earth, as of 2023. And this 8,000 also 8,000 years before Christ, when agriculture started. That 8,000 plus 2,000 will become around 10,000. We have a history of agricultural history of 10,000 years basis world. What is this 80? 80 means every year we are adding 80 million population, net population after the death. Remember, 80 is not a small number. That means if you take the planet Earth, add 80 million people on the top of next year, again 80 million net next year, again 80 million next year. That means within 10 years you will be adding 800 million, or by 12 years you will be adding almost 1,000 million, that is 1 billion. That is not a small number. You have to provide food for these people, you have to provide the automobiles for them, you have to provide the cars, simple cars, then SUVs. So their aspirations are very, very high, and international travel and sitting high on the food chain. Everybody wants to live in the air-conditioned hostels, air-conditioned cinema theaters, air-conditioned buses, air-conditioned rail systems. So there is no end to the human aspirations. That's not possible in the coming years. That's what this chart tells us. The humans have to think about it and start alleviating the issue. So 8 million human population existed in 8,000 BC. 80 million population net humans per year. 140 million births, 60 million deaths, means 80 million net population is pumped every year to the planet Earth. 8,000 million humans reside on the planet Earth today. That was 2022 AD, 15th November. That was the official, the world body announced it. 8,000 BC, we have horticulture, agriculture, invention and settled lifestyle for humans. So, I also had our human ecology series, a lot of like ecological aspects that overlap with humans and human population. You can go and look at them, like carrying capacity, taking over, drawing down, new world, old world. So there are many series of them, and I have already put in, and you can go and look at them. That complements today's presentation. This is based upon Dr. Cotton's work, overshoot and ecological bottleneck. So one more complexity added to human dimension is not just 8 billion people. These 8 billion people are not small persons, Homo sapiens, living on 2-3 pairs of the class, walking barefooted. When I was in our village in City districts, Rayalaseema in 70s. Now, as societies are industrializing, even in China and Bharat and Africa, humans are turning into Homo colossals, giant resource-consuming prodigals, living on high on the food pyramids. It's an ecological perspective that is extremely disheartening, disconcerting for the people who observe the humans and their interactions among themselves and with the planet Earth. Hope this will put you in the proper perspective to put the things. If you go to this worldometer, you can see the population is rising so rapidly. This is the net addition. You can see we have 8,000 million people already, 11 already added. This is regarded 2023, regarded around about 16th of January. And again, our basic point, this is the sphere, the earth 0. If you put one on the top of the other, that becomes 80. 80 millions are added net births per year, net growth. And at 8, when was 8 millions used to be there, 8,000 years back when agriculture, 8,000 before Christ, that, and we agriculture, horticulture invented. Today we have 8,000 million people, Homo colossus, aspiring Homo colossus on the planet Earth. That is the human impasse, human dilemma we face today. See you later. Mitrom and Bandhuvam in other presentations. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy, at your education channel, South Asia Maps. Hope this will help you to comprehend the things, and if you like these presentations, I really appreciate you bring it to the notice of your perceptive friends and others, and also post your comments how and any other suggestions. See you later in other presentations. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy.